Hey everybody, this is Rebel Builder, and here I have built a variation of the recent A-Wing. The A-Wing that we saw in Vader's TIE Advance versus A-Wing Starfighter. Now this ship is from Star Wars Rebels, and the A-Wings in that show, we've seen quite a few different color versions of that. The set was green and gray, and there's two versions of the blue and gray A-Wings, and I wanted to recreate one of those here. Now this version here was the one primarily with the blue stripe running down the middle. Now this one was kind of a challenge versus, do I want to try to recreate it exactly like some of the pictures from the show, or do I want to try to create what I think looks good? So I kind of ended up in the middle on a couple of those cases. So first off, I tried not to use any of the stickers from the set. I did end up using some. Now this sticker here on the tail section, you know, those tail sections just looked kind of plain, and even though this has a little splash of green in it, I thought the detail added more to it than the green detracted from it. So that was one thing. Another section here is this dark gray. Now I kind of went back and forth on this. I had the light bluish gray slopes in there, and that would be more accurate to the show, where this whole section here is a light gray. But if you look at some of the pictures, they have some dark gray detailing going on in those sections there. And so it was like, do I want to just leave it light gray? And to me that looked pretty plain, especially without the stickers here on the real set. So I ended up putting the dark bluish gray slopes in here. And the front section here was a challenge too. You can see I do have a sticker here on the front. Now it just happened that these little triangles were blue, so I thought that worked pretty well. The ship in the show has a big white triangle here in front. I don't have a sticker that does that, so I came up with this compromise of doing these wedge plates here in white, throwing a blue tile on here. Kind of at least represents the big white triangle, so I thought that was a pretty good compromise. And one aspect about these ships that doesn't really stand out a whole lot on the show is these dark tan sections. If you look at some of the stills from the show, those sections definitely are dark tan. I had actually ordered light bluish gray parts, but after looking at those pictures, I thought I would go with the dark tan just to try to honor that a little bit more like we see in the show. One part compromise I had to make is this blue wedge piece back here. The real set has one of the rounded slope pieces back there. They don't make that in blue, so I had to go with the wedge version. And here I did include the real pilot from the Vader's TIE versus A-Wing Starfighter set. I think she's an awesome minifigure. They did a great job on her helmet. I hope we get more of these Rebel pilots as time goes on. Here's a little look at the bottom. You notice the rubber bands are in there, so I did build the fully functional version with the spring-loaded shooter mechanism. I had debated building a stripped-down version of this ship, you know, one that didn't have that whole functionality, but when I found the real set on Bricklink for such a good deal, I had all the parts, so I went ahead and built the fully functioning version. I'm a little on the fence as to whether I really like this version. To me, these side sections look pretty plain without the stickers, so I can see why in the real set that they added those. But I wanted to stay true to what we see in Star Wars Rebels, so this is how I ended up. There's also another blue version of the A-Wing that they have on that show, so I'm going to consider building that. It would be kind of the reverse of this, you know, gray down the middle and blue on the sides here. I also need to look to see if they make some of those parts in blue, and maybe I'll do these sections here in light bluish gray. But let me know your thoughts, so leave me a comment down below. I love having discussions with you guys on these things. Thumbs up this video, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm always working hard on getting new videos out for you. You don't want to miss out. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.